Mr. Chairman, taking up AB 1010.
Do we get overtime? That is after 4?
We do.
Best for last.
Check.
Madam Chair, thank you for giving me the opportunity to present AB 1010. And first, I'd like to ask the committee to adopt the amendments as outlined on page 4 and 5 of the analysis.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you. We've spoken here about the trials and tribulations of part-time faculty, the need to raise the ratio of part-time to full-time faculty. But as we consider the part-time faculty and as it pertains to rehiring, there is probably nothing more disconcerting than have to worry from year to year whether you will be back to teach the class that you've taught for maybe the last 10 years, because there might have been a change in chair of your department, or that you could be not asked to come back for some arbitrary reason. And so AB 1010 would simply specify what the standards are for the treatment of part-time temporary faculty to be met by the community college collective bargaining agreements negotiated on or after January 2016. I believe that this bill will ensure fair reemployment practices that increase stability for part-time temporary faculty and the students they serve. For those reasons, I respectfully ask for your aye vote and have witnesses here in support.
Second.
Please proceed.
Jim Mailer, California Federation of Teachers. I know it's been a long day, so let me give my remarks as an analogy for you. Let's use this committee as the universe of faculty. Very few of you were able to stay for the entire hearing today. Most of you, the majority of the committee, had to leave, come back and forth, back and forth. Let's just say that when you went to a different hearing and had to come back to this one, it was a 20-minute drive each time you did that. And let's say you had to do that every day, and those of you that had to do that back and forth didn't get any health insurance, you weren't paid to meet with any constituents in your district, and you weren't sure whether you'd have a seat when you came back in the room after you were doing this for several years. So our bill is very modest. Our bill just basically says that if you're successful for 3 years with positive evaluations, that you're going to still have a nameplate there at your seat when you come back, and we're going to still keep you on the committee because you've been doing a good job, and we've been relying on you, the majority of which run our programs and generate our FTES and serve our students. So we hope that all of the committee members, since they've experienced this type of lifestyle in a microcosm, can empathize with our part-time faculty and vote approval for this bill. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Jennifer Baker with the California Teachers Association, and I'll be a little more technical. And I did want to note that in 1988, the legislature had passed AB 1725, and it created a faculty requirement of increasing the overall faculty ratio of full-time to part-time at 75%. This has been a systemic discussion for a few decades now within the halls of this institution. While the community college system has yet to achieve this goal due to fiscal constraints, we do believe that this measure allows us to take a step forward in the right direction by achieving greater faculty stability and improving the overall working conditions for the vast amount of part-time community college faculty members. This important legislation will provide the necessary security for part-time faculty members to achieve minimum working conditions, which will lead to a more stable overall environment. Part-time faculty members often face unstable working environments. They've often showed up for the first day of classes, having spent a significant amount of time to put together a syllabus, determine what the readings are going to be, to prep themselves for a class, only to find a note on the door illustrating that their class has been canceled. By providing minimum working standards, these part-time faculty will have greater stability in their working environment. This will have a direct impact on student success also by ensuring that students have greater access to faculty and will ensure that they continue to receive the quality services and instruction. By the working standards created by this measure can also be easily integrated into the current bargaining process and integrated into the regular negotiating process. By strengthening the security of those who are providing the instruction to students, we can all achieve greater student success by supporting those faculty members who provide direct services to our community college students. We urge your aye vote.
Excuse me, additional witnesses in support, if you can state your name and your affiliation, please.
Mitch Seaman, California Labor Federation, here in strong support.
Additional members in comments in support, state your name and affiliation.
Andrea York on behalf of PAC in strong support.
Lori Jones from American River College. We support this bill as a student who would prefer the option to track great professors.
Additional comments in support? Witnesses in opposition? Seeing none, members of the committee have any questions or comments? Mr. Bloom.
Thank you for the bill, Mr. Chair. I'm going to vote for it and move it forward. I do want to express concerns on behalf of Santa Monica College, who has a collective bargaining agreement. They'd prefer not to see it changed, and for them to continue to provide answers to these very important issues, but do so at the local level.
Mr. Bloom, in response, if I may, I think the bill says that those colleges that already have addressed it, we can just keep what they already have in place.
Great. Thank you.
Mr. Levine.
Yeah, I'm also going to support the bill today. I think collective bargaining is going to be a good thing. It's going to really help the plight of the part-time faculty issue that we've really had, and we've had that story be told. I'm somewhat interested in the inclusion of what I'll call and inaccurately describe as like a mini junior, not very good tenure system of the first dibs on a course that you want to teach, which I kind of like the idea, hey, I really want that instructor. That instructor is great. I want to go and have that. So as a student, I can totally identify. But why would that be outside the collective bargaining process that we're trying to create?
May I answer?
Please respond.
Are you just asking with respect to course assignments?
Yeah, that one part that says that if you've been around long enough, then you're going to know what you're going to teach in the future, which
Right.
I understand that, and I understand the benefits of it, but why is that outside of collective bargaining?
Well, so it doesn't quite say the assignment. It's not outside of collective bargaining, but what it does is it guarantees you a load, not a specific class or not a specific assignment.
Mm-hmm.
So if I'm the chair or dean and these are my faculty members, I may think she's better in English 101 and he's better in English 102, and I can make those assignments, and later if I want to switch them, I can. But it just guarantees them each a load.
But it's still, I mean, it's first of all, it's still a part-time load. It's not,
Correct.
we're not creating full-time faculty, which
Correct.
is what we really need to do in our community college system. And it's outside the collective bargaining system that this bill is trying to create. And I don't understand why you would do this outside the collective bargaining system. And of course, that it doesn't help us with the longer-term, bigger picture goal of creating full-time faculty that have the ability to spend their time with their students the way that they really deserve.
So there's two reasons. One is it just requires local collective bargaining, so it does fall within collective bargaining. And the other thing is, we purposely constructed the bill so that there wasn't a price tag on it.
Mm-hmm.
We all would like to have 75% of our faculty be full-time.
Mm-hmm.
Costs a lot of money, right? So this bill has no cost.
Okay, I understand the plight of trying to construct a bill that doesn't have a cost, but I'm really concerned long-term about how we're setting us up on a path for student success and also treating our workers the way that they deserve to be treated. And I'm not sure if this is going to do it. I'm going to vote for it because I believe in collective bargaining, but I don't completely agree with the entirety of the solution.
Two things, and I agree with the intent, and I think we've dealt with that here this afternoon on the intent to make stronger the 75% full-time ratio to part-time. Mm-hmm. And I think Mr. Lowe's bill helped to do that and move in that direction. While we are doing that, trying to see how we can incentivize community colleges to raise the ratio of full-time to part-time, while we are doing that, I think it's important that we, at the same time, take a look at and protect and strengthen the part-time faculty in different aspects.
Thank you.
Mr. Santiago, did you have a comment, question?
Yeah, if I may, if I could maybe help answer the question that Mr. Levine was asking, if I may, just from a different perspective. Because I was president of the community college board for a number of years, and the issue of full-time faculty is a hard number to reach because the faculty obligation number is set at 75-25. But oftentimes some of the campuses would opt to go for the part-time faculty for a number of reasons. I can only imagine if they weren't within a collective bargaining unit how much easier it could be to do that, and that's one way to maybe patch up some of the courses. The way I read this, in some ways, really did actually help to reach 75%, 25%, because there's no longer an incentive to use part-time because it levels the playing field in some way. And I know that I'm skipping a lot of different technical pieces, but having been on the other side of this, it's almost an unintended consequence, or maybe a direct consequence, that this bill actually helps to strengthen the 75-25 as I saw it. Not necessarily. So I think the comments that you said are accurate, very accurate, but this almost helps to do that. What would really actually help strengthen it, which I would never want to go there, but let me just say it for the sake of saying it, is there's an actual fine to community colleges should they not reach the 75-25, but that would just exacerbate the problem of community colleges not being funded, because you would enforce the fine, which currently actually happens. If you don't meet the 25-75, there's a fine to a community college. It's just never collected. Well, I mean, for a good reason, because we would pull out more money from education. So in a roundabout way, this actually strengthens the 75-25. And I understood what your question was, which is why I jumped in. And thank you for allowing me to answer that.
We'll see.
Other committee questions? Ms. Weber.
Yeah, I want to thank Mr. Medina for this bill, and the challenges faced in community colleges are enormous when it comes to part-time faculty. And this, rather than, we've had the 75-25 discussion, this really talks about some kind of job security or some kind of ability for people to plan their lives. And our community college system has really used and abused people in various ways without giving them any level of security about when they're going to teach and how they're going to teach. Other systems do that. San Diego, the CSU system has in its collective bargaining does a very decent job with regards to part-time faculty. They have certain rights as being a chair of a department after so many semesters of teaching, consecutive teaching. They are guaranteed a slot if there's space to be available in those departments for part-time faculty, providing it's within the area of expertise, and so forth and so on. The reality is also that I've discovered is that some people don't want to be full-time. There are folks who've retired from careers and enjoy teaching, and they're great teachers. There are many who have other things in their lives, and so therefore trying to push everybody into this full-time thing doesn't always fit in everybody's life. And yet you have some great teachers who want to know exactly that they're going to be teaching a half a load or 2 classes or whatever it may be, depending on the campus, on a regular basis. That happens at the CSU. I had to abide by and it was bargained, but I had to abide by those rules and regulations when I hired part-time faculty, when I kept them. And for me, it provided some kind of security for them so that they didn't start shopping around for jobs, and they knew that there would be at least a 2-course load or something, because they'd been working with me for 3 or 4 years and had done 6 consecutive semesters. So I could count on them being there. They can count on me being there. And so I think to that extent it provides a kind of a level of security for part-time employees that many of the other systems that we have in the state already have. And so it gives them an opportunity to have that equal footing with regards to longevity and service and recognition of good service when it's there.
Other member comments or questions? Seeing none, would you like to close, Mr. Chair?
Respectfully ask for your aye vote.
Thank you. This is a due pass to approps. Clerk will call the roll.
Medina.
Aye.
Medina, aye. Baker. Baker, no. Bloom. Bloom, aye. Chavez. Chavez, no. Harper.
No.
Harper, no. Irwin. Irwin, aye. Jones Sawyer.
Aye.
Jones Sawyer, aye. Levine. Levine, aye. Linder. Linder, no. Lowe. Lowe, aye. Santiago. Santiago, aye. Weber.
Aye.
Weber, aye. Williams. Williams, aye.
For the shadows.
9-4. Congratulations. You're coming back for the consent?
Oh, we have to consent. We have to vote for consent. We haven't voted on consent.
The consent calendar?
Tell what's the name, you need to come back for consent.
Consent calendar's been moved and seconded.
We haven't done this consent.
Medina.
Call the roll.
Medina, aye. Baker.
Aye.
Baker, aye. Bloom. Bloom, aye. Chavez. Chavez, aye. Harper. Harper, aye. Irwin. Irwin, aye. Jones Sawyer.
Aye.
Jones Sawyer, aye. Levine. Levine, aye. Linder. Linder, aye. Lowe. Lowe, aye. Santiago. Santiago, aye. Weber.
Aye.
Weber, aye. Williams. Williams, aye.
We have one on call, right? We're going to do that? We're going to lift the call. Item 16. AB 1307.
Let's see. Chavez. Chavez, no. Jones Sawyer. Jones Sawyer, aye.
Item
Linder.
16.
Linder, aye. Lowe. Lowe, aye. Santiago. Santiago, aye. 10-3.
10-3, the measure passes.
Mr. Chair, that was 1307?
Yes. We're going to do add-ons.
AB 626. Chavez. Chavez, aye. Levine. Levine, aye. Linder. Linder, aye. Santiago. Santiago, aye.
Item 2, AB 626, 11-2, the measure passes.
Item 4, AB 770. Chavez. Chavez, aye. Linder. Linder, aye. Lowe. Lowe, aye. Santiago. Santiago, aye. 13-0.
Item 4, AB 770, 13-0, the measure passes.
Item 5, AB 798. Bloom. Bloom, aye. Levine. Levine, aye. Lowe. Lowe, aye. Santiago. Santiago, aye.
Item 5, AB 798, 12-1, the measure passes.
Item 6, AB 801. Baker. No. Baker, no. Chavez. Chavez, aye. Linder. Linder, aye. Lowe. Lowe, aye. Santiago. Santiago, aye.
Measure 6, AB 801, 11-2, the measure passes.
Item 8, AB 967. Baker. Aye. Baker, aye. Chavez. Chavez, aye. Linder. Linder, aye. Lowe. Lowe, aye. Santiago. Santiago, aye.
Item 8, AB 967, 13-0, the measure passes.
Item 9, AB 969. Chavez. Chavez not voting. Linder. 969. Linder, I. Low. Low, I. Santiago. Santiago, I.
Item 9, AB 969, 12-0. The measure passes.
Item 10, AB 986. Chavez. No. Chavez, no. Jones Sawyer.
Aye.
Jones Sawyer, I. Linder. Aye. Linder, I. Santiago. Aye. Santiago, I.
Item 10, AB 986, 11-2. The measure passes.
Item 11, AB 1000. Chavez. Aye. Chavez, I. Linder. Aye. Linder, I. Low. Aye. Low, I. Santiago. Aye. Santiago, I. Williams. Williams, I.
Item 11, AB 1000, 13-0. The measure passes.
AB 14, item 14, AB 1212. Baker. Baker not voting. Bloom. Chavez. Aye. Chavez, I. Linder. Linder not voting. Low. No. Low, no. Santiago. Santiago, no.
Item number 4.
Can I ask for reconsideration for my colleague?
Yes. So, item 14,
2-9 and
2-9.
granting reconsideration.
Granting reconsideration.
Item 15, AB 1228. Chavez. Aye. Chavez, I. Jones Sawyer.
Aye.
Jones Sawyer, I. Levine. Aye. Levine, I. Linder. Aye. Linder, I. Santiago. Aye. Santiago, I.
Item 15, AB 1228, 12-1. The measure passes.
Item 17, AB 1317. Chavez. Aye. Chavez, I. Low. Aye. Low, I. Santiago. Aye. Santiago, I. Williams. Aye. Williams, I.
Item 17, AB 1317, 13-0. The measure passes.
Item 18, AB 1349. Chavez. Chavez, no. Williams. Aye. Williams, I.
Item 18, AB 1349, 11-2. The measure passes.
That's it.
We're adjourned. Okay.